This is my Obsidian Pixel 8 Pro that I've been using for the past 6 months. I've been on Team Galaxy for a long time, and don't get me wrong, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is not a bad phone, but now that Google added most of the features I wanted, it's been a game changer. If you're debating on whether to make the jump and switch to Team Pixel, I'm here to tell you why I think you should, so let's dive right in. First, let's talk about the design and build quality. Before going into the specifications of any device, the first point of attraction for most users is its looks. Compared to the previous Pixels, the Pixel 8 Pro has been refined with even smoother outlines and a beautiful metal finish. Plus, it's made with recycled materials, which is quite impressive. One thing I've always wanted was a matte back, and it's about time. It gives the Pro models that flagship look. The matte glass back paired with a polished aluminum frame provides a nice feel in the hand. The matte back also makes the 8 Pro resistant to fingerprints. So if you're on Team No Case, you might like this phone. I did drop it a few times on tile, and there are some minor scratches, but you can barely see them. I noticed that the camera visor scratches easily, so I put a dbrand skin on it. That said, the Pixel 8 Pro comes in 3 colors: Obsidian, the best one, Porcelain, Bay, and the newest one, Mint. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. But let's move on to that display, which is another change I wanted Google to make. The Pixel 8 Pro comes with a flat 6.7-inch LTPO Super Actual display, which is the brightest display yet in any Pixel at up to 2400 nits peak brightness. Here's how the screen looks in direct sunlight. Sometimes I notice the ambient light sensor wouldn't work even if I'm in a bright environment. A simple turning off and on the screen fixes it though. But whether you're watching your favorite videos or scrolling through social media, everything will look incredibly crisp and vibrant. Also, thanks to its flat design, I don't need to deal with any annoying reflections or glare around the edges. It's slightly smaller and has less brightness and resolution than the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but it's still usable and more reachable. If Google could add an ultrasonic fingerprint reader and double tap to turn off the screen, then that'd be perfect. This optical one is a little slow, but Face Unlock does make up for it. Now to the main reason I switched to the Pixel. We all know Google has its way with software, and Android 14 is no different. We have a very clean, minimal UI, and with Material You, the app icons and buttons can adapt to your wallpaper. I find One UI to look too big and cartoony. In Android 14, there's a new customization picker, so you can personalize your lock screen and home screen with a simple tap. You can also generate some cool looking AI wallpapers. And speaking of AI, there's a ton of them packed in this phone. You have more control over the creative editing process of your photos and videos. So you can bring out that shot you thought you took versus the shot you actually took. For example, you're on that epic trip with your friends, taking a group photo to cherish the moment, but then someone blinks or makes a weird face, and you don't notice it until later when you're about to post it online. Well, you can fix that in post. With the Best Take feature, the Pixel 8 Pro creates a blended image from a series of photos to make sure everyone is looking their best. Now everyone looks happier. I don't use this feature as much, but it's nice to have. One feature I do use is Magic Eraser. I can get rid of people I don't like, and even objects. And with Magic Editor, you can resize and position subjects in a photo with a few taps. You can even switch up the entire scene of your photo. I consider this feature the coolest. Of course, these improvements aren't limited to photos, but there are also some nice video editing features like Video Boost and Audio Eraser. Video Boost will enhance videos with better quality, lighting, and stabilization, while Audio Boost will separate background noises into 3 distinct layers: noise, speech, and wind. I normally record all of my videos on an iPhone because the Pixel tends to overexpose some clips, but I do prefer taking pictures on the Pixel 8 Pro. Apart from these amazing new features, the clean software and advanced AI finally compelled me to make the switch. I know Samsung has their own version, but it's limited to their apps, and it's free until 2025. Other neat features are Circle to Search, Now Playing, and summarizing web pages. The Pixel 8 series can help search for items just by circling it. I don't need to stop what I'm doing and switch to another app. For example, if I wanted to know more about this outfit, I can tap and hold the navigation bar, circle it, and boom. Now Playing is pretty cool because it can automatically show what song is currently playing right on the lock screen. I was eating at a restaurant, and it was able to identify every song while I was there. Kinda cool and creepy at the same time. And the last AI feature is the web page summary. Let's say you're scrolling through a website, you can ask Google Assistant to summarize it for you, and you get 3 to 4 bullet points. It's not the best, but hey, it works. Even with world-class software and AI features, the Pixel 8 series will support 7 years of updates. It's still early, but let's see if Google keeps their word. For the cameras, there's not much to say. They're the best ones you'll find on a smartphone. As mentioned before, Google took things up a notch with the new and improved software, but how do they look on paper? The Pixel 8 Pro has a 50 megapixel wide, a 48 megapixel ultra wide, and a 48 megapixel telephoto. Photos are just like you expect from a Pixel. Contrasty, detailed, and vibrant. One thing I do miss from the S24 Ultra is the 100x space zoom. It was just a nice feature to have. This can only go up to 30x, but a zoom enhanced feature is coming soon. There's also a better macro mode for really close-up shots and autofocus for the selfie camera. And to the right of the camera is that temperature sensor. To be honest, I actually forgot it was even there. I used it for a couple days, but that was it. I tested it on my laptop, drinks, and food. And earlier this year, Google announced that it supports body temperature, which is FDA approved. Unlike the previous Pixels, I haven't noticed any performance issues. The Google Tensor G3 works great and is able to keep up with me. It's slower than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, but not too noticeable in everyday use. It works well with the Titan M2 security chip to protect my data and allowing Face Unlock to be more secure. It now meets the highest Android biometric class, meaning I can use sensitive apps like banking with Face Unlock. The battery life is very impressive because I can get almost 2 days on a single charge. It's not a battery champ like the S24 Ultra, and it doesn't support super fast charging, but it's good enough for me. Overall, the Pixel 8 Pro is not just a smartphone, but a powerful tool that elevates the user experience. Google's reduced the gap between the Pixel and Galaxy phones, and it's all a matter of personal preference. Are you on Team Pixel or Team Galaxy? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!